The world believes Kabbalah is a mystical branch of Judaism, an ancient tradition, a spiritual path for religious folk. They are told it's a way to understand the divine, to connect with God. This is the story sold to the public, a comforting, simplified narrative. But this public face is merely a curtain, a carefully constructed facade to conceal a much deeper, more potent truth. The true Kabbalah is something far more significant, spoken in whispers within hidden libraries and secret lodges. It's not just about understanding God, it's about becoming one with Him. This hidden knowledge is not a religion, it is a science, an operating manual for reality itself. Imagine holding a blueprint, not just for the universe, but for human consciousness itself. The orbits of distant stars, the rise and fall of global markets. A guide that explains the hidden laws governing everything. This is the promise of the true Kabbalah. Knowledge is power. This is a truth as old as humankind itself. But what if the most powerful knowledge was deliberately hidden from you? What if the keys to understanding and influencing your own reality were kept under lock and key? This is the core tenet of the great conspiracy surrounding the Kabbalah. The theory goes that this profound wisdom was never meant for the masses. From its very beginning, it was designed by an elite few, arranged and preserved. A secret priesthood, not of faith, but of influence. They were the first custodians, the guardians of ancient knowledge. These ancient masters understood the volatile nature of the knowledge they possessed. In the hands of a common man, it could lead to anarchy. In the hands of a rival, it could mean their own destruction. So they created a system of initiation, a series of tests, veiled teachings. Only those with the right lineage, with the right intellect, with the proper ambition, were granted access. For beginners, the Kabbalistic tree of life is a beautiful abstract diagram. 11 interconnected spheres, the Sephirot, linked by 22 paths. It is presented as a map of divine creation, a model for spiritual ascent from the physical world, Malkuth, to the divine crown, Kether. This is the symbolic interpretation, the safe version. But for those who seek worldly power, the tree of life is something else entirely. It is a strategic flowchart, a hierarchical blueprint for control, a hidden map for absolute dominion over the material world. Each sephira on the tree represents not just a divine attribute, but a specific domain of human influence and control. Kether, the crown, represents the ultimate singular source of power, the unseen prime mover. Gematria, as it is known, is the Hebrew science of numbers, a simple way of assigning numerical values to letters and words. Scholars use it to find hidden meanings in sacred texts, a pleasant mystical practice. But this is the story told to the public. The truth, as conspiracy theorists claim, is far more practical and sinister. Gematria is not just for interpreting the past. It is a living, breathing code used to write the future. The encrypted language of the elite, a way of embedding commands, predictions, and hidden messages, not into holy books, but into the very fabric of our global financial and political systems. Consider the world markets, endless streams of numbers, stock symbols, and dates. To the ordinary person, it's chaos. But what if it isn't? What if important company names, launch dates, and stock values are carefully chosen according to their gematria? The numerical value of a company's name might be designed to align with a specific historical event or a desired outcome. A major financial policy could be announced on a date whose numbers match a powerful Kabbalistic formula. The power of the Kabbalah was too great to remain the sole possession of its original custodians. As whispers of its potential spread through the esoteric underworld, a new ambition was born among other powerful groups: to steal this fire from the gods. The most powerful secret societies in history embarked on a grand heist. Not gold, not land. They sought the ultimate prize, the operating manual for reality itself. The Knights Templar, during their time in the Holy Land, were among the first. They were stationed at the Temple Mount. They weren't merely protecting pilgrims. They were digging parchments, artifacts, the lost knowledge of Solomon. It is theorized that they discovered texts and teachings. When they were suppressed in 1312, this knowledge did not disappear. It went underground, carried by fugitive knights, planted as seeds in new organizations. Thus, it survived. The esoteric branches of Freemasonry in particular were structured around Kabbalistic concepts. The ladder of Masonic degrees mirrors the spiritual ascent of the Tree of Life, the twin pillars of Boaz and Jachin, the all-seeing eye. These are direct echoes of the Kabbalistic and Solomonic tradition. They took the Jewish mystical framework. They stripped it of its original religious context. They repurposed it as a universal system for personal and societal engineering. The Rosicrucians in the early 17th century claimed to possess this wisdom: alchemy, Christian mysticism, and most importantly, the Kabbalah. Each group, in their own way, not through divine revelation, but through a clandestine, centuries-long campaign of acquisition, amassed ancient power. These groups claimed to be the true inheritors of ancient power. The heist was complete. The knowledge was now weaponized. Of all the secret societies said to have wielded the knowledge of the Kabbalah, none have captured the imagination quite like the Bavarian Illuminati. The Renaissance was a time of immense creativity and a rebirth of ideas. But did you know, beneath the shining surface of art and science, a darker, more mysterious current flowed? With ancient texts flooding into Europe after the fall of Constantinople, scholars didn't just rediscover Plato. They rediscovered the Hermetica. Most importantly, they rediscovered the Kabbalah. Figures like Giovanni Pico della Mirandola became obsessed with it. No science, he claimed, can better convince us of the divinity of Christ than magic and the Kabbalah. He was trying to merge this Jewish mystical tradition with Christianity, creating a powerful new tool. This Christian Kabbalah wasn't just a philosophical exercise. It was intensely practical. They were using Kabbalistic formulas. They were using divine names. They were using the symbolism of the Tree of Life. They tried to summon angels. They tried to command spirits. They tried to influence events. Men like John Dee, court astrologer and advisor to Queen Elizabeth I, were masters of this art. Dee didn't just use knowledge to see the future. He advised on matters of state. He advised on espionage. He advised on the expansion of the British Empire. Dee's work was a blend of occultism and statecraft. The visions and angelic communications he meticulously recorded were often political. He saw the founding of the British Empire as almost a divine mission. He used his mysterious knowledge for psychological warfare and strategic planning. One of the darkest and most intriguing legends of Kabbalah's practical applications is the story of the Golem of Prague. This tale, emerging from the 16th century Jewish ghetto of Prague, speaks of a time of great persecution. the revered and learned Rabbi Judah Loew ben Bezalel, also known as the Maharal, sought a way to protect his people. Turning to the deepest secrets of Kabbalah, he allegedly performed a ritual of immense power using the Sefer Yetzirah. He was creating a miracle. He inscribed Emet on the golem's forehead. In this age of science, data and technology, it's easy to dismiss these old secrets as mere superstition. We live in a world of algorithms, not magic words, a world of silicon, not sacred clay. But what if the form has changed, yet the essence remains the same? The core principles of Kabbalah, control through hidden structures, influence through coded language, power through hierarchical knowledge, are more relevant than ever in our hyper-connected digital world. The unseen hand has not vanished. It has merely learned to type. The architecture of the internet can shape narratives, create trends, and control the flow of information with precision. They are the new masters of the Sephirot. The practice of Gematria echoes in data science and algorithms, new sacred texts that decipher human behavior and predict the future. This algorithmic Gematria embeds codes that unconsciously influence our choices, a secret language spoken between machines. The secrets of Kabbalah, whether seen as divine mysticism or a plan for control, raise one final unsettling question. Is history just a series of random happenings, or is it a carefully planned story? Evidence woven through art, politics and money over centuries points to a hidden design. From the Knights Templar in Jerusalem to the data architects in Silicon Valley, this connection has never been broken. This river of secret knowledge flows beneath the surface of the reality we accept. A conspiracy is the perfect disguise. While it draws our attention to the shadows, the real moves are made in plain sight. And so the game continues. The only certain thing is that the world is a stage, and the most powerful secrets are whispered, not shouted, waiting for those with eyes to see, encoded into the very fabric of our world.